I'm curious as to what has really caught the most of your attention here through training camp and the preseason so far in the NFL.
Oh man, it's the young quarterbacks who, as rookies, not looking like veterans, just ahead of the curve when it comes down to catching their playbooks, understanding coverages, and not looking like rookies when it comes down to being on the field in preseason.
So who in particular, Ike, has stood out the most to you?
For me, it's been Justin Fields / Zach Wilson. So when I'm looking at these two guys, I'm looking at how far the curve they are, and the reason why, man, you just go back to whether you're 14 years old or whether you hit high school, you done damn near did like 10,000 snaps when it comes down to high school / 7-on-7 drills. You know, so football for a quarterback from a standpoint have damn near became a year-round kind of sport for them. So they get to see all the coverages. They get to see, you know, the mismatches. They get to see the line fronts, and they don't have to be in the season. So when I see this, when I see a Zach and when I see a Justin Fields just kind of be comfortable in their own skin and not letting, you know, the stage be too big for them, I understand why.
Ike, you've been there. You know the look in the quarterback's eyes when they know what they're doing. Does Wilson have it above everybody else right now?
I don't know if Wilson has it above everybody else because I look at the offensive line and look at the run game. Even though they did acquire Corey Davis, his receiving core isn't that bad at all. It's just that goddamn New York media. You know what I'm saying? You gotta be built. You gotta have an Eli Manning kind of, you know, body language, personality. I don't give a what kind of attitude to deal with that New York media. It's a reason why they call the New York media one of the media capitals of the world, because it's not for everybody. So, as far as like being an athlete, yes, I think he got it. Now him dealing with that New York media and coming from where he's came from, time will tell.
Ike Taylor, two-time Super Bowl champion, joining us on Greeny on ESPN Radio and ESPN Plus. Chris Carlin in for Greeny today. He's joining us on the Goodyear Hotline. Ike, which of those young quarterbacks is set up to succeed in the shortest term? Who has the best opportunity to
Trey
succeed?
Lance. I think Trey Lance from the San Francisco 49ers should start week 1.
Really?
Everybody calling me crazy. Yes. But how I'm looking at it, what the same reason I'm looking at it is Wilson's. You know, how I'm looking at it is Trey Lance has been proven. It's a different kind of pop. It's a different kind of energy when Trey get in the game. You know, when Jimmy Garoppolo, when he gets in the game, that's Jimmy Garoppolo. You know, he's going to be Jimmy. Everybody understands, but you can just tell the body language. And I tell people all the time, look at the body language to the coaches and the guys on the sideline. Look at the defensive players on the sideline when a new guy comes in. They've been going against Trey Lance for a lot during this offseason and training camp. They see the extra he brings to the team. So I look at the sideline when Trey get on board. I look at the defensive guys, instead of sitting on their butt and resting their legs, they get up on one knee and they look to the sideline and they tap each other and they be like, oh, yeah, he did that in practice. He didn't wind up doing that in the game. That's what I look at. So when I look at the energy, I look at the bounce in the receiver steps. You know what I'm saying? I look at the crisp routes the tight ends make. So when I see all that, I'm like, man, he the one. So there is no need. This ain't the old days no more where you should have sat. This ain't the Aaron Rodgers days. This ain't the Big Ben days. Even 4 years from the past, this ain't even the Patrick Mahomes days where he sat behind Alex Smith. If these guys got the juice right now, you play them. For me, and the reason why I'm saying you play Trey Lance right now, because he has an offensive line, he has the wide receivers, he has a badass tight end, and he has a defense. So I'm not asking him to throw for 300 yards a game. All I'm asking him to do right now is not turn the ball over. And if you have time to scramble, you may scramble. Just make sure you slide. That's how I look at the Trey Lance situation. That's why I think he should start in week 1.
Ike Taylor, two-time Super Bowl champion, joining us here on the Goodyear Hotline. All right, I pretty much just spent about 4 minutes before saying the exact opposite thing. And my rationale here is that he has played one game in 2 years, a one-year starter in 1AA, and we've seen him throw a dynamic pass or two. But Ike, where does the risk outweigh the reward for a team that's built to win now?
It ain't the risk. It's where there's no risk, there is no big reward. That's one. You got to look at it as a financial advisor. If you want to be conservative, you're going to have a conservative life. If you want to take risks and have a big reward, then there you go. But at the same time, why not? We keep looking. It's a lot of guys in the league who didn't play high round draft picks, who has multiple years in college, multiple years in high school, has a great resume in high school, all state in high school, all SEC, all conference in college. You get to the NFL, you can't find them. So now all of a sudden, we just got to stick on one game plan when it comes down to coaches. So we just going to discredit the 10,000 snaps these kids been had coming from, whether you're 14 to the time you get into college. We just go. It's a new day and era when it comes down to these quarterbacks. They're not just sitting. Peyton Manning back in the day, honestly, I think Peyton Manning kind of started this 7-on-7. So back in the day, these guys weren't taking 10,000 snaps in the offseason. These guys weren't traveling 20 years ago and having 7-on-7 tournaments. It's a little bit different now. So that's the reason why I'm saying what I'm saying. And the league has turned into a passing league, and it's taught to protect their quarterbacks. So why not?
Thank you for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.